Okay, so now this button 1, we're going to give it a name. So we go to the properties and we find the name property. It's very important to give your buttons the right names. So we'll go to the name property, NAME, and we'll say BTN go to password. So you named your tab sheets, and in your buttons, you're going to give names of the buttons because this button must go to that tab sheet. And let's say this button must go to that tab sheet. This button must go to that tab sheet. I'll give you a minute to name your buttons. Right, now button 2, I'm going to call it the name property. Don't get confused with the caption. Yes, I know the caption changes, but you're going to change that caption afterwards. You're not going to pretty up your program here. You're going to pretty it up later, but in your own time. So don't forget, you must change these captions later. Then another button, the name property, not the caption. Oops, did I change the name or the property here? Sometimes, or the caption. Sometimes I make a mistake and I change the caption instead of the name. Make sure you change the name, it's very important. You'll lose marks if you don't. So the names of these buttons must mean that we are going to that tab sheet. Okay, you must make them long names. You're never going to quote them in code. You don't normally quote button names in code, so you can make them as long as you want. All one word. This is BTN go to reports. We'll see how we're going to handle reports. But these are the buttons. Now, of course, I don't need 3, I only need 2, but I'm just doing that so that we can have as many examples as possible. But I haven't got a PIN code, a 4-digit PIN. You know how we used to have a PIN code sent to your phone, that kind of thing? I left that one out. But if you want to put that in, you can figure it out. Now, for each of these buttons, we are going to go to those tab sheets. So BTN go to password means we're going to open the tab sheet called TBS password. In other words, we're going to say pgc.activepage equals TBS password. So I'm going to double click the button. Then I say pgc.activepage colon equals the name of the tab sheet that we are going. Only you know what the names of your tab sheets are. But if you want to call it TBS password, I don't see why not. And then, of course, we're going to do the same for all the other buttons. Now, I'm going to copy and paste. You're going to find with PAT, copying and pasting is your friend. And all you do is change the name of the tab sheet. TBS Math. Click F12, double click the button, Control V to paste, change the name of the tab sheet. So at each button we have a pgc.activepage equals the name of the tab sheet that we are going to. Okay. Okay, TBS password. The users get to enter. So we're going to do the first one. Well, we know the user is going to enter a password, not so. Now there's a cool trick that one of the PAT champions told us about, and that is the edit box. You click on the edit box there, you put it there, and then you'll find that there is a password char property where you can go and put a star there, and then everything you type in the edit box will be stars. Dots. If you want to see, you could have a button to show that password. But the fact is, you've got an edit box, so put the edit box there. You can set your password char to a star there. We can clear the text property. Go to text and delete the text property, but we do need to have a name for the edit box. We're on the EDT password one, and the TBS password. And I'm just going to call my edit box called EDT pass. You can call it anything you want. And then I will have a button that the user can click on if they want to view the actual password that they're typing in. Because we have that, don't we? We have that feature sometimes on our phones or our computers. So I get a button there. So what we've got so far, we've got EDT pass, we've got a password char as a star. This button, I want to see the actual name, the actual password. If I want to see the password, I'll go to the name property. I've got to give it a name, BTNC password. Anything, you have to have proper names for everything. But of course, you must go and change the caption. And this one will basically change the password char to what it was before. The password character property, where is it? Oh no, we're on the edit box there. Okay, it said password char. If I want to see what it was before, I can go put another edit box there quickly, just to check it. So it's a hash and a naught. So over here, when I double click this button to see the password, I say EDT pass dot password char colon equals. It actually can't be a naught. You can't have a naught because you have got a character data type here, because this is not going to give the correct thing. See? Yes, Lovey? Okay. Oh, you just say hashtag 0. Thank you, Lovey. Right. Right, and you see I haven't tried this one before, have I? Right, so we go to password, type stuff in, and there, yeah, you're right, it does work. Thank you, sweetheart. Right, now if you want to encrypt the password again, no, I'm not going to use sleep. So this is to see the password, and if we click on it again, we want to, we want to toggle between seeing and not seeing. Now that will be a trick that you can go and sort out for yourself. That's what your extra programming marks will give you. There are marks for extra things. But over here, I'm going to change this button to hide the password. I'm putting another button here to hide. I'm going to call it BTN hide pass. And then that will be using the password char equal to a star. And I'm thinking that would be fine. So let's do that again. Right, 3, 4, 5. C password, hide password, C password, hide password. There we go. So now we use two buttons. I know that typically we wouldn't if you're working with a code, a program in real life. You only have to click the button to toggle between hide and C. But that is something that you must try and figure out how to do. The question now is to basically decide what are our rules for our password. And the rules for the password, we have to check, make sure that they are See what I did there? I basically lost my button and I moved it into Win 3.1. If I go and look for button here, I'm actually playing around with these access violation. Look, all right, run. Okay, button. Okay. And of course I haven't saved. Guys, you must save all the time. Seriously. Don't do what I do. Make sure you save all now.